Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the channel. Click like and click subscribe if you haven't already done so, please. Helps the channel. Today, where do we start? I'm down here because I think this might be the quieter point of Central. There are multiple protests in the same location, and it's warm and sunny and bright. And you know what? I think it's going to be a pretty crazy day. Why don't we go find out? Now, the protests, interesting. We've got Stop Two-Tier Justice, who are going to be confronting Stand Up to Racism. Not quite sure how that aligns, in the sense that stopping two-tier justice would return us to unitary justice. In other words, the same for all, dependent on offence, which is how English law has been for the best part of 500 years. So very curious on that. I'm not really sure what their perspective will be. I'll try and ask if I can. On the other hand, the final ever kind of last hurrah, as it were, for the protest group Just Stop Oil is supposedly going to happen in central London today. Now, in terms of where these are going to be, if we'll end up managing to film them, and or, most importantly of all, whether they will affect the work of the King's Guard, I couldn't begin to tell you. So first things first, get past this queue, get toward Whitehall, and try and speak to some police to find out exactly what they think might or might not be about to go down today. Now, the other thing is the timings are very fluid. I've been quoted times anywhere from 12 noon to 4 o'clock. Now, we all know that Just Stop Oil are not exactly the type of group that are just going to be, hey guys, this is the road that we're going to sit in and stop the traffic. That's not how it works. However, looking at the amount of barriering, much of it, of course, is for the London Marathon, and also how packed Parliament Square is. If I can't see any officers on Whitehall, next stop will be Parliament Square. But first of all, we need to actually manage to get anywhere, which is easier said than done, folks. Like, massively easier said than done. Oh my. We're going to a bit of a scorcher as well, weather-wise. It should hit 27 by Thursday. In other words, we're only going to be a couple of degrees off the all-time high of 29.4. I don't know what they're waving to. Set back in 1949, apparently. I'm just trying to figure out where might be the best spot to cross, because you know what? This is a joke. It's like nowhere to move. Okay, wait, so Whitehall. Sorry, guys. Whitehall has been blocked. We're going to go across here. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to go across here. Easier. 1 second, folks. Luckily, it happened to turn to green at the exact moment we wanted to cross. Just look at the crowds today. It's 18 degrees. I've got short sleeves on, no top, and it's very lovely and balmy. And I put SPF 17 million on my neck, just to be careful. Now, obvious flashpoints, if there's going to be a bit of a final hurrah, and I'm sure Just Stop Oil will want to go out on a high. Here, this area, the Abbey, St James's generally, I would think. The thing is, one never knows, guys. It's always a bit of a risk. So what we're going to do, we're going to follow around Parliament Square briefly, for two reasons. One, it's lovely and green. And two, it's going to be quicker to go around this way and speak to the officers on Victoria Street and the corner than trying to get through that massive crowd. I've also spotted lots of military folk. Hody, hody, ho. I wonder what that could be for, because there's nothing at all on today's military calendar. Rehearsal, perhaps? Cadets, perhaps? I don't know. A little bit less than ideal conditions for filming today, guys. You can see it's bright and warm, but it's not, sparklingly sunny. Very smoggy look to the air. Not really surprising with so much traffic. Right, 1 second. I need to be really careful here because I don't want to end up slipping into the road for obvious reasons, guys. Need to be pretty careful about what I'm doing today and really focus because there are just too many people. Right, here's a lot more manageable. Luckily, the majority of the crowds are over that side, in and around the Abbey. Righty-ho, let's have a little look here then. Now, as I mentioned, there's a police car, I'm not sure if we caught it, already blocking Whitehall. Wait, I think I've spotted a couple of officers who look reasonably approachable. See if we can find out. Officers, just a quick question. Apparently Just Stop Oil are having their kind of, last day today. Heard anything about that? Do you know if it's happening here or near St James's Park?
So they're marching and it's ending here.
But do you know where they're coming from? Where is it starting before it finishes here?
I believe we got told Hyde Park.
So they're marching all the way from Hyde Park to finish here. Any idea roughly what time this afternoon they're going to hit Parliament Square?
Not sure what time they will end up here, because it depends on how quickly they walk.
A lot of people as well today. It's flipping packed, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very busy. I think they're stepping off at 12:30 is what I'm
Okay.
so I'm not sure roughly whatever that is.
Is that what the soldiers are for?
No, they're cadets.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Thanks a lot, yeah.
No
Good luck
worries.
today. Okay, right. Cadets, ladies and gents. Wow, look at this. Lovely. We won't get in their faces because they are cadets. They're not full-time military service personnel yet. And more importantly, they're not on ceremonial duty. Bless them all. They perhaps will be at some point. Good to see young men and women ready. Getting teased by their friends. Oh, we got some sailor naval cadets as well. Gosh, it's all happening, folks. Okay, so what I'm hoping is we might... Actually, there are a lot of police around. They're sort of dotted strategically at little points, see? But there are plenty. Kind of waiting, I guess. Now, those two protest groups on Whitehall are my main concern, and we'll go there in just a moment, because those two are the ones that have actually managed to secure a half closure of Whitehall today. This is why the police car is parked there, stopping any traffic from entering. Getting eyeballed by Bro here. He's a community warden. He hasn't really got many powers, to be fair. He has no powers of arrest, I can tell you that. Not that he'd need it with me, of course, everybody. Now, it certainly looks as though, other than the little bit of bird's mess, the statues have all been cleaned up. The graffiti that we saw on some of them, this one here, this is actually Ian Christian Smuts. I have no idea who that is, folks. Absolutely no idea who that is. Lloyd George, of course, and Mr. Churchill further on. Lloyd George is having a bit of work done to his base. And this area, sadly, folks, for the moment is still impassable. But that image of Churchill... Nice timing. That's the noon bell. Right, next stop, Whitehall. Oh, let's hope after all that we actually do manage to get some guards and horses. Would be nice. I'm being pretty careful today. A lot of kids, naval and military cadets, very young ones, with their parents posing for pictures. Obviously, I'm trying not to include them in the video. Right, I'm just trying to see where's a good crossing point. Yeah, the police have definitely got a good few bodies in reserve if they need them. I mean, if and until Just Stop Oil get moving or make their way here, they're not going to know how many bodies they're going to need. Now, the good thing is... Actually, well, I should have asked the officer the route, damn it. So from Hyde Park to Parliament Square, multiple routes. I mean, they could go along the Mall, Admiralty Arch, Trafalgar Square. Let me see if I can find a more senior officer, ideally somebody who might be willing to discuss plans. Road closures in place here as well. My money would be on them coming this way, in all honesty. Birdcage Walk after the palace. But you can never be sure. We'll almost certainly spot some more senior officers as we get onto Whitehall. That's going to be the flashpoint, as it always is. Why? I mean, it's a seat of government. It's where Downing Street is. It's the genesis of political power in the United Kingdom. Golly, I mean, if we got these kind of numbers here, what on earth is it going to be like at horseguards potentially? Yikes. Look at how she's hanging off the pole. Right, so here we have it, guys. The police have parked their car, traffic police actually, have parked their car, their vehicle there. So as you can see, Whitehall is closed. 1 second. Now these other protests stand up to racism and stop two-tier justice. I'm not seeing for the moment a major police presence on Whitehall. I'm just seeing a lot of people, these workers, part of the scaffolding crew, are dealing with prep for VE Day, I believe. Yeah, the bodies are starting to fan out. Police, that is. Here. There. More coming this way here. Now, even if the horses and guards are on today, the key thing is going to be how long they're on for. In other words, whether they get removed at some point because of noise and disruption. Now, I know that the closures are in place for a very specific location. Bridge Street, which is from Parliament Square across Westminster Bridge, where we just were, where we started, that's closure point A. And closure point B is Horseguards Avenue. That's the tricky part. That's directly opposite Horseguards. Now, does it mean that they will have removed or barred off the Kingslifeguard? I can't tell you, people. I honestly wouldn't bet either way. It's an absolute 100% 50-50 today. So the video is either going to end up being a typical traditional horse and guard with a lot of people video, or it's going to end up being a major protest, everything's closed and locked down video. Completely up in the air. I couldn't begin to tell you at this point. I really couldn't. 1 second. Oh, the little kids will wave and say hi YouTube. Unless somebody actually comes up to me, I really don't like just turning the camera on them. Actually, wait, there's tons of military personnel here. Wait, how are kids that small, even though I'm filming for YouTube? Like, what the flip? It's scary that it's so normalised, this whole social media lark. I'm guessing more cadets and so on here because all this is also closed off. And it's normally fully accessible. But today, it's not. Actually, you know what? We're going the wrong way. I'm going to go down the centre of Whitehall, guys, because it's closed off. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck in the crowd near Downing Street. Oh, hoping somebody hasn't climbed the Elizabeth Tower. Look at this. It's actually quite rare to see those US-style fire engines here in London. No idea what they're going to attend, but hopefully it won't impact on what we're going to see today. Yeah. Oh yeah, the police, they're definitely expecting something to happen. Look, they've got a whole van load just sitting there waiting for it. Oh, who's up next? Oh, another fire engine. Wait, must be something pretty serious. That'll be from Soho Fire Station, which is 5, 6, 7 minutes drive in front of us, just covering the cenotaph. I won't focus on all of the wreaths and so on, because if you want to see that, guys, I did it in yesterday's opener. Yesterday, of course, being Anzac Day. So it looks to me like these scaffolding crews are going to be setting up the platforms for various TV and news crews to be filming and streaming the London Marathon, which of course is tomorrow. All of this, everything we're looking at today, and a lot more, will be closed, shut and locked down fully tomorrow, everybody. Okay, so it seems they're letting selective traffic through. Gosh, loads of cadets going past Downing Street. In fact, loads of cadets coming out of Downing Street. Wow. Quite the day if you're a cadet, to be fair. Right. Glad we missed that. Look, cadets streaming out. Now, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think that the protests are due to arrive here until later. They said between 12 and 4. Now, does that mean form up and leave from point A or B? Or does that mean this is where we assemble? I don't know. I mean, we've got more of an idea about all the Just Stop Oil protest, and possibly, I mean, I'm not going to sort of run after it to try and capture it, but we might possibly manage to get it, at least in part, when I've finished. Because I've noticed that the majority of activity around Parliament Square protest-wise tends to occur much later. I've also just noticed that horseguards, it would appear, is closed. If it's not closed, I'm not seeing any guards or horses. And we know 100% there's not going to be anyone in the yard either. That's interesting. One second. I'm 99.9% certain it's completely closed and locked down. Guys are just doing the barring here. Wait, let's go across the road. And then we can have more of a look over. But it looks to me like the boxes are closed. Interestingly, they've left the gates open. In fact, I think they've even left the boxes open. Wait. Because people are streaming in and out of the yard, and the gates are open to the boxes, which is odd, but there are no horses, which is even more odd. I'm thinking they might be expecting such large numbers at some point today. Actually, wait, no, it's a trick of the light, guys. The boxes are closed. So the yard is open, gates are open, people are streaming in and out, as you can see, but the boxes are closed. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it is going to be the video we didn't think it would be. In other words, what's going to happen with the flashpoints around Parliament Square. What I'm going to do, guys, having made it here, so those of you that are watching solely for horses and guards, you're welcome to exit the video now if what we might see later is not to your liking. And depending on what I manage to catch when we get to the other end, i.e. Trafalgar Square and Parliament Square, if I resume and continue the video, then obviously at that point, you know, guys, you're welcome to continue watching. I don't know what we're going to get today, but what I do know is that they're definitely expecting, inverted commas, trouble of some kind. Otherwise they would not have sealed the boxes like this, but left the gates open for pedestrians to head through. So quite an interesting contrast to what I would have expected here today, in all honesty. Folks, back shortly. Bye for now. Brief resumption, folks. It might be a bit of a chop and change kind of scenario today. Reason being, back there, a little while ago, we had lots and lots of police coming along in quite significant numbers, actually. So van just stopped at the traffic over there. When I get to Parliament Square in a few minutes, I will ask, again, when they're expecting, and more importantly, where they're expecting the flashpoints are going to be. Still very busy, a hell of a lot of people out and about, and so many groups of cadets as well. It's like, wow. So back again shortly, fingers crossed, people. Okay, resumption number 2, or take 2. No idea what this is. This might well be Just Stop. In fact, it probably is going to be Just Stop Oil. Reason I'm guessing it is more than likely not going to be is the police have got their camera out and they're filming it very closely. Oh, it is Just Stop Oil, yeah. Okay, here are the first few stewards at the front. Oh, hold on. Halt, the officer said. Right, what luck, ladies and gents, that we happen to spot it just coming toward us in the distance. I don't know about numbers. I do know the police are a little bit strict, actually, in terms of the starting and stopping. I mean, I might get told to move from here. We've got quite a lot of press and other people starting to arrive. I've got no idea what this is. Beginning, I mean, part of the protest, I have no clue. The typical jobbing photographers I'm seeing about, I will likely try to carry. One's carrying their kit. Oh, I'm famous. So I went to City of London out, in fact, filming it today. Interesting. I met short of bodies today. Unusual to see you guys, City of London, covering this, yeah? There's a bit of a lot going on, though, to be fair, isn't there, today?
Little day out, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, folks, I need to be careful here, one, not to get knocked over by a cyclist coming toward me. I don't know how many people there will or will not be. This is supposedly the end for Just Stop Oil. Their last hurrah, as it were, and they're all very kindly showing off their oil-containing high-vis vests. Attention, man-made climate change is a lie. Okay, we've got people catching up. You thought it wouldn't be popular or busy or a lot of attention. Look, this is the media, the official media, folks. Like a flipping massive official media. To be honest, this is more media than we get for some actual governmental affairs. Shows how much of an impact this group did make, particularly during their heyday, and we caught a lot of those early protests. Oh, you're right.
Are we live?
Well, no, pre-recorded. You come all the way from Hyde Park with them. They started.
Yeah. It was very quiet. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, is this it? Like the majority?
Yeah, it's about 100, 150.
Is that it? I was expecting like thousands.
This is it.
Oh, no one knows what at this moment. I wonder. I mean, to be honest, guys, I think we've got roughly a ratio of one police Just Stop Oil. Pretty surprising. Wait, sorry. Man-made climate change is a lie. Apparently, wow. Gosh, it's pretty chocker here. Press has blocked the bike lane. Gosh.
Okay, well, net zero is a tariff.
Oh, hold on, here we go.
Things like ULEZ, okay, £12.50 a day to drive. I mean, that's absolutely insane. There's no evidence that net zero is going to work. Agenda 2030, the Great Reset, ideas, policies, institutions which are basically forcing good, working, rich people, also people across the West, to be funneled down this route of their rights being taken away, their freedoms being disrupted, all for the sake of man-made climate change, which in my opinion is complete nonsense. I think we do have man-made climate change. I think that we're coming out of an ice age. I think it's a natural progression, and I think also the effects of next year.
Where's he doing what he does best, folks? Getting right to the front and getting a good interview from this gent. Gosh, I'm trying to walk backward now, but what the packed here. I don't know where all these people came from, but it suddenly got super busy.
The whole thing is nonsense. It's a complete psyop by authoritarian elites.
Oh, interesting. Authoritarian elites, apparently.
We saw it with lockdown. We saw it with COVID. Oh, we got a lockdown. Oh, there's this big scary virus. Do as you're told. You don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, he's got a point, at least in some things he's discussing.
So there's two different things. So you're talking about sustainability, which is a really great conversation to have. Like we will run
I feel
out.
kind of bad guys getting Wesley's content before Wesley publishes his own content.
That's a great
There are so
conversation.
many people here filming anyway, so you know what? It is what it is.
Things like, oh well, is it fossil
See?
fuels that is causing climate change? Well, first of all,
Damn, they've got a lot of officers actually following up behind. What the flip? It's going to be really interesting when when it hits Parliament Square. This could be one of the finest examples of overplacing we've ever seen in central London. We'll come back in a minute. Let Wesley do his stuff. Guys, that's Wesley Winter. A lot of you know his channel. I've dropped him a shout before. Love his channel. Super good guy. Look at this. I'm not sure why they're lining up in this fashion along the centre. Like, what for? Unless there's another massive group that's coming along. This is something I've never seen. This kind of a formation. I mean, if they've just passed on the way to Parliament Square, then why are the officers all standing in a line? I don't get it. I mean, I actually don't get it. Wait, let me try and ask the boss, the sergeant. Maybe he's friendly. Oh, hold on a second. We've got a second group. Maybe that's what it is. Can I ask you a quick question, Chief?
Yes.
Just wondering, I've never seen the officers kind of fanning out in this way in the centre. Is it because there's a lot more coming, or?
It's just what's been directed. I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a lot of protests. I've never seen all the bodies kind of lined out along the middle, just out of interest. I'm just curious.
I think what's going to happen, I think what's been agreed is that we're going to take the group around the inside of the square, so it's just a case of just trying to keep it tight and keep everyone safe.
The traffic moving, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Understood. Okay. Lots, or is this kind of the majority of them now?
I'm not sure, to be honest. We've been redeployed into the area, so we've just been at another job. So
there's a bit of a struggle.
We've literally just arrived. So we're not sure.
Okay, thanks for the heads up.
No worries.
Appreciate it. Wow. Okay, so now we understand, guys. They're trying to keep it super tight around the group. They're going to surround the group, to try their hardest to keep the public highway open. Just Stop Oil made their name by closing major arteries of traffic. Okay, it's going to be a bit tight here. I hope I'm not going to get told off. Oh, look at this. We are properly in the thick of things, ladies and gents. Second. It'll be interesting to see, in all honesty, if they are successful, Just Stop Oil that is, in managing to close Parliament Square, because that is the goal. That will be the aim today, even though they'd never announce it. They will want to cause mass disruption to the traffic. Why? Because then it's going to hit every single newspaper this evening and probably most of tomorrow as well. And to be honest, counting what we've got here, there's another smaller group just behind me and several other groups behind. I'm going to try, if I can, to speak with one of the Just Stop Oil stewards and find out. They probably wouldn't tell me, but I'll ask anyway. This guy's just like, where am I going? Oops. Okay, so if the police have just been drafted in to cover this, then they're not going to have a plan, and more importantly, they won't have secured road closures around Parliament Square behind us. So it's going to be most interesting, ladies and gents. In fact, exceedingly so, when they hit Parliament Square in just a couple of minutes. Will they succeed in getting it shut down? I wonder. That's the plan, without a doubt. Let me see, 1 second, folks. If multiple interviews going on at the same time here. Look at this. So this is the front line behind the banner holding, completely surrounded by police, secondary line. I mean, these end up being exactly the right spot at the right time. So I mean, I count that as being a huge positive, without a doubt. We do need a steward, though, ideally, because if we don't get a steward, it's going to be very difficult to find out. Oops. Yeah, it's a bit kind of... To say a bit, it's exceedingly disorganised on both sides, folks. The police have got no idea what they're anticipating here. And more importantly, I don't think they've decided they're going to try and close the public highway. If they do, they've probably, taking into account those that are aside on Whitehall, they've probably got enough bodies. What they're going to do is they're immediately going to start arresting and dragging them off the public highway if they do a sit-down, standstill. If we saw it before, I think I've filmed it twice in previous videos. They go straight in, boom, drag them off and arrest them. But I'm not convinced, to be honest. Even if it is a one-to-one, they typically need 3 officers per protester. Yeah, because they just kind of do this, go limp kind of thing. Put their entire body weight on the officers who need to pick them up and carry them away into custody. Plus, I'd guess roughly we've got perhaps... I mean, they're still arriving at the back. A few hundred as a minimum, which is bigger than any of the protests we've seen before. South Pole melting. This lady's holding up a little placard. I'm not sure if the man-made climate change fellow is a part of it, or has just attached himself. He's not wearing a Just Stop Oil super luminous high vis. So I'm wondering, I'm genuinely wondering. Wait. Okay, they've got some support. Oh, bravo! This Italian. Oh,
Espanol.
oh.
Sorry.
I thought he was
Italian.
I was convinced he was Italian as well.
I thought it was Italian.
All right, Tony. It's in Puerto Rico, guys. Everyone was convinced he was Italian. Right, off we go again. I'm going to need to turn it. Wait, I don't think they've realised that the group in front of them have already stopped. This is going to be very, very, very tricky. Oh my goodness me. What on earth? It's a nightmare to film. I'm just sort of trying to look behind me for a good vantage point, folks. The second they get moving, the entire press here are also going to get moving, and it's going to be a massive squish. So I'm going to get myself back and try and stay just behind the police who are covering it with their little camera. City of London, as I mentioned. Looking behind me, 3, 4, 5 vans, 3 there, 2 behind. Probably, I mean, they've got TSG, a single TSG unit there, a couple of dozen officers scattered around Parliament Square. Is it enough? Probably not, but I guess we're about to find out. What's this?
And they wanted to leave because those of us who cannot join us, because they are in prison.
Oh, let's hope this bollard isn't retracted by the Foreign Office.
Internationally recognised. One of the most influential movements of the last few years.
Security guys from the Foreign Office already
I
coming out.
congratulate you all.
Well.
And that's why we're here today.
Guys, is the plan an attempted road closure around the bridge, or is it all sort of ad hoc?
Trust and respect.
Oh, is it a bit like that? To be honest, the police have said much the same thing, so I think it's going to be a bit of a cat and mouse thing with you guys and the police today, in all honesty. But I mean, you know, it's going to have to be a final hurrah of some kind, isn't it? You know, if this is the end, you guys are going to have to achieve something pretty major today to go out on a high.
We are just getting started.
There is the claim that things have happened and changed.
Yep.
I've mixed feelings about that.
Yeah. I think a lot of other major issues have kind of overtaken somewhat and overshadowed what you guys have been trying to get across as a message.
We may have to walk on the pavement for a bit.
A survey recently concluded that about 80% of the population are aware that climate change is real.
They're just not
More importantly, regardless of whether, we know a lot of people are anti-just at work, a lot of people are pro, certainly achieved in getting the message out there in the biggest way probably since BLM, to be fair.
I think it's been really important because it has kept it in the media. Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace, who are the two legal teams, two of the sort of
then there's more of me before the finale, and then we head off to have a party. It has been a constant of just the world we are non-violent, and today we continue in that tradition.
Have done fantastic
The
work
police are
challenging
here.
government policy.
You do not have to touch
Behind
them.
that, but the
There are also a
discussion,
number of
hate just
journalists
for
here.
but it kind of takes
If
the
you
heat
wish
off
to
them
talk
what's
to them, to
doing
tell them why you are here,
Yeah, you're right about
and
that.
what you are here to protect, please
in
do
terms
so.
of the law changing about new oil projects having to justify their impact.
Because I have a
Not just saying, oh well, it's someone else, someone's buying it, so it's their problem.
I'm here because I
They
love
know
the town that
big
I
oil
live
projects
in.
now have to
I'm
explain
here
how they're
because
going to
I love my
offset
country.
the damage they're
And I'm
causing
here
from taking the oil out of
because
the
I
ground.
love the
And
beautiful,
that's the
messy,
biggest
chaotic
win.
life in the world.
But
And
I think it's been
willing
important,
to
you know,
serve
just
you
on
all.
well, not
We
here to
are
make
about
friends, we're
to
here
get
to make
started.
point.
So,
In that respect, you've been extraordinarily successful, very much so. Keep safe today, guys.
Just come out showing that after something really unpopular, say more people join that Friends of the Earth. So when just the boilers motorway, more people join an environmental group.
Yeah, that's a definite unintended upside. Yeah, without a doubt, you're right about that. Stay safe, okay? Right, folks. So they're off quietly. This is going to be a pain in the whatevers to film. I can tell you that right now. Even a lot of people that are in the protest are unsure of what's going to happen next. They're very coy, and to be honest, that is to their credit. Now, the police haven't. Wait, have they? No, they haven't. They still haven't closed Parliament Square. The traffic is still attempting to continue around Parliament Square without disruption. Will that last? Probably not. My guess, they're going to hit Parliament Square and sit down. That's what I'm going to be very surprised they don't. Yeah, that would be my guess, folks. Oh, hold on, what the flip? Who's this guy? It's just... Wait, what? Has he got stuck in the traffic, or is he... Is he one of yours, or we just got stuck in the traffic?
No, I think he's just stuck in traffic. Yeah.
It's just... Oh, guy.
He's in that lane.
Oh, goodness me, look. This bro... This bro got himself stuck. Wait, the police are going to let him through. Right. That rather nicely cleared a bit of a path for us, folks. All right, police are finding out all over the place now. We've got groups over this side, keeping an eye on that lot. Okay, they've closed the road. I told you. However, this isn't even the main group. This is a taxi driver with his passenger in the back. She must be crying at the inbound £500 fare. This isn't the main group. The second main group are going to go up further, I'm pretty sure. I sussed it, haven't I? You guys are going to block this side. The other group are going to go for the bridge. Yeah?
We're not blocking the bridge, no.
No, you're going to block the bridge?
We're not blocking anywhere today.
Okay. Well, if this isn't blocking, what would you call this? I don't mean it in a bad way, but... I mean, you're blocking the public highway, aren't you? One way or another. Oh no, here we go. It's all kicking off, folks. I told you. Look at this. They're saying they're not blocking the public highway. I mean, so what is this then? Get ready. They're going to bring in... I'd already guessed that this is what they're going to do. They're saying we're not going to block the bridge. Of course they're going to block the bridge. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, look who else has turned up. It's J200 is over there as well. Oh, £50 ticket for beeping the horn. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. We've got a guitar solo about to happen. Didn't see you for a long time. How's it going?
Are you good? Are you good, yeah? You streaming or what are you doing now?
No, it's pre-recorded for YouTube.
Had to come to the last one.
I mean, I can't believe, where's the Just the Royal logo? Come on, you would have fitted right in. Flipping off. Right, folks, so they've blocked that. And that was a very, very small group. We've got hundreds more. Still to arrive. I mean, wow. In fact, they go back really far. Yeah, it's going to be another case of the police getting caught completely unawares by a massive number of protesters. There are just too many. They did well, actually. I think they've straggled out intentionally so that when they stop and everybody catches up behind, boom, everything gets stopped. They still got tons of bodies, but they're protecting the monuments, the statues, after what happened last week. I'm going to try and get us on a reasonably decent elevated spot to get an overview of everything. I mean, there's way more than we were thinking there would be, folks, am I right? It goes all the way back, yeah, hundreds, without a doubt. Okay, let's, damn it, I just realised the statue area is closed. Okay, what we're going to need to do is be smart here. I don't normally get called out this quick, but hey, I have been today. Sorry, can I squeeze past you? Thank you very much. Right, guys, there we are, we're up. This gives us a much better view. Obviously, a lot of other photographers have already realised that. But yeah, they're keeping a couple of officers around each of the statues, which is probably a smart move, given what we saw. last week with the trans activist protest here on Parliament Square. Right, let's get us back to the front, because the key hotspot is going to be when this massive group actually managed to get past to this key junction. And in fact, it's the way that she coyly said, now we're not going to block the bridge. Yeah, my money's on them trying to block the bridge. Either the bridge or this absolutely critical central junction here between Bridge Street, Whitehall, Parliament Square and Great George Street. That's firmly where my money is placed, folks. And if they manage to do a big mass sit down in the middle here, that's going to ruin every tour bus, every taxi and every piece of traffic trying to go about their business here in central London.
Ignore them.
Right, let's get ourselves down on the ground and try and capture the actual moment they sit. I can't think of why else they would have formed up in such large numbers. Here's the gent we spoke to earlier, very friendly, very kind, regardless of whether we agree with him or not. He was a gent to speak to us, very thoughtful. So they're moving ahead. The thing is, as always, there's no coherent plan. Not every single person that's a part of the protest knows what the plan is. This is why they were so successful, because it meant that their plans never leaked. The plan is what they decide the plan is on the day. Oh no, look at this, people on scooters and motorbikes have been told to get off and walk their bikes along the public highway. I've never seen this before. What on earth? What the flip? The police telling everybody to get off and walk it. Police telling you to walk it. Oh goodness me, when it's red as a tomato. I mean, it's not his fault. This is going to be a biggie, people. We can see it. Look at it all. I won't go too far. I'm just sort of panning around so you get an idea of the numbers here. I would guess circa, let me think, depending on how far it goes back, between 1,000 and 3,000, I would say, at the moment, which is definitely too many for the police to drag away. So that's not going to be happening. I think even if they had every officer on standby here today for this, they could police it, but they wouldn't be able to stop it. There are simply too many people. And they need dozens of vans to ferry them to different police stations all around central London. Oops. Right, as mentioned, we'll stay as close as we can to where the officers are filming. Why? Because they've got the best intel vis-a-vis where they think the group is going to head to next. So that's the way to do it. Got a few St George's Day stragglers. I didn't know if there was going to be another kind of celebration in London today. I've seen a few flags, I've seen a few people dressed up, but there's nothing official. St George's Day was a few days ago. Oh, hold on. Okay, so here we go. So they're getting ready for the first. Here we go. Another blockage. Anyone in the taxi, anyone on the bus, they just had their day completely by just stop oil. I'm laughing, guys, because in a way, you know, regardless of whether we agree or don't agree, as I said to the gentleman, I meant it in all sincerity, they have been remarkably effective in how they've managed to achieve from absolutely nowhere over a few years this extraordinary public, high public profile and awareness. Huh? This idiot who just walked past me in the blue jacket just said F off to the camera.
Is Whitehall closed today? Is there horse guards closed?
There's no horses, no guard.
No horses, no guards today.
Oh, that taxi driver, just look at this.
Oh,
it's going to kick. Oh, look at this. Oh. Oh. Someone's going to end up getting arrested, folks, I tell you in a minute. They're not happy bunnies at all here. Police are going in to tell them to stop. What the flip? Look at this. Policewoman. The policewoman on my right just said, for God's sake. And then she marched off. To be honest, I think you just spoke of every police officer that's out and about today. Wow, she actually just said that. I hope the camera picked it up. Brilliant. Yeah, they're going to completely destroy this area of Central. Look at it. We're not going to close the bridge. We were told 7 minutes ago. Really? Come on. It was flipping obvious. They're going to close each of the junctions manually. They're typical. And then the vast majority here, I think, are going to either sit down opposite the Palace of Westminster, or they're just going to spread themselves around Parliament Square in small groups and sit on the ground. That way, this part of London will be completely locked down if and until they decide to move. Yep, yet again the police have not got anywhere near enough people here. It's a classic repeat of what we saw a few days ago. And to be honest, in that respect, I'm surprised that we've got a second occasion in which they've underestimated the numbers. Oh wait, somebody's aged 7 years old, according to her, is making public announcements with a loud hailer system. The tempers are going to fray massively over here with this lot. Look at this. The police are going to have to start issuing on-the-spot fines of £50. Oh, they're bringing more bodies. Look, police are just getting out and putting their high vis on, ready to come and start getting people out of the way. Uh-oh, it's not looking good, folks. I said to your colleagues about 10 minutes ago, are you guys going to try and close the bridge or Parliament Square? They're like, no, definitely not. I mean, to be honest, police haven't got enough bodies, have they? To move everyone out of the way, not even close.
You'll have to ask the police that, I think.
They've pretty much admitted it with their body language, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Stay safe, yeah?
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Thank you. Oh my God, what an absolute mess. Look at it, folks. Look, they're bringing lots more police in to try and clear the highway, but I just don't think it's going to happen. What do we think? What have they been told? Have they been told to drag everybody away? Let's find out. Uh-oh, here they come. Actually, no, they're going the other way. I have no idea why, in all honesty.
Guys, look.
Oh, hold on. Wait, what's going on now? Okay, they're trying to clear it out of the way. The thing is, we've got YouTube comedy channels, like J200 is filming over there as well, which does not help matters at all. He's definitely going to fray a lot of tempers. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so they've succeeded, the police here, in appealing to them to move. Luckily for the Uber driver at the front, I can tell you that. Flipping army cadets going to the tube station over there. What on earth is all going on today, isn't it? I wonder actually why they're going the other way around the square. The police are going anti-clockwise. Oh, hold on a second. They're going to join at the rear, and then they've got some backup with this TSG van, the blue kind of riot police van, on the right, if needed. I don't really think they're going to be kidding up with shields and the rest of it today. I just can't see it. There are too many people, and the optics will be terrible because of how many people are filming it. But that's the van with all the kit. Yikes. Right, let's cut ourselves across, folks.
Rising sea levels is going to kill us all. So have you got a life jacket, everybody?
Oh my God. What on earth? I'm just trying to see if there's... Actually, yeah, there is. There is a way through. Just when you think you've seen every kind of chaos, you stumble upon another entire kind of chaos. I can't even figure out where they're trying to go, for goodness sake. Actually, wait, they're going around the Parliament Square. Let's cut across the square, and then we'll end up at the front of the protest again. It's all very, very curious, to be quite fair. I think this is why they're leading the police on a little bit of a wild goose chase. because every time the officers are grouping up and thinking they're going to sit down in one large number, they're moving again. So let's get ourselves around here, and then we'll be right at the front. Wherever they decide to stop and sit down, Westminster Abbey perhaps, or outside the Supreme Court, no idea. The police wouldn't let them just cut across to the Supreme Court, so it's possible they decide to walk all the way around Parliament Square before grabbing themselves a seat, because they're kind of running out of options, unless they're going to walk along Victoria Street and head toward the palace. I can't see why they would, but you never know. Alright, 1 second. Okay, so we're at the other side. Lots and lots and lots more vans of police are turning up. Really good to see them looking after the monuments today after what happened last time. I don't honestly think that would have been a problem with just the oil. They're not typically prone to vandalising British monuments. However, there are always a few sort of extremist fringe elements with any protest. Gosh, now they're formed up, in fact. It is a very, very large number. Exceedingly so, to be honest, people. Right, so we made it. Back to the front. Ta-da! How's that? Am I good or what? Now, where are they going? This is the key. Maybe they're going to try and close Victoria. In fact, they have already closed Victoria Street. This is Victoria Street, which leads between Parliament Square that I've just crossed and Victoria Station. In other words, this is a major, major public... Uh-oh, is this guy going to try and go around? He is! Look at this! Very cheeky. And we've got another shocked Pikachu-faced driver. Okay, they're letting through motorcyclists, but not letting through taxis, motor vehicles, or buses. Curious. Right, let's continue following the main group. Where are they going? I mean, they're almost back to where they started. At this point, I'm actually getting a little bit confused and slightly dizzy, to be honest. Okay, resistance works. Oh, I almost just walked into a police officer there. Silly me, I need to look where I'm going. I mean, the vibe is pretty good. Everyone's very chill today, I must say. Look. And I haven't yet seen a single arrest.
What happened today?
Not going to have a big sit down, no? It's just a kind of bye-bye, guys, thanks for the support.
Street action,
yeah.
But we're not going away. We've got a dozen people in prison and quite a few trials coming up. 2 years from now we've got trials.
Yeah, the justice system is seriously backlogged, isn't it, to be honest?
So we're not going away, but we're regrouping, checking out, looking after people who are in prison and going to courts. So we're not going away. Left-hand lane.
Thank you. Nice gent. Thank you for talking to me.
Left-hand lane. Left-hand lane. All right, just as long as the blockers are in place.
As long as the blockers are in place. Okay, interesting. They're getting ready for it. Very careful at this point, folks, because there is traffic all over the flipping place. Right, so we are in exactly the right spot. Blockers are in place. So what are they going to do? Sit down in a second? I'm really confused now about the intentions of the main group. Now, it looks to me as though they're going to come back to this spot right in front of the Elizabeth Tower. I mean, in terms of, iconic imagery, if they can manage to sit down with all the photographers taking pictures and streaming footage with the tower behind them, I think they will have achieved their aim today, which is maximum publicity as opposed to maximum disruption. They've definitely disrupted the traffic already, but they haven't completely closed it down, at least not yet. Oh, guy's revving his bike. And he just killed it. Oops. Okay, that's interesting. So the blockers, they're calling it. As long as the blockers are in place. Right, folks, we are proper at the front in the middle at this point. I've actually probably walked about 5,000-6,000 steps already. And I've never been gladder to have short sleeves, I tell you. What are they going to do? Possibly nothing. I mean, they've been saying they're not going to do anything, but it's just been small and subtle. Now they've got a big group at the same time here, all clustered together. If they all decide to sit on the ground, at this point, they would achieve a full closure. Whitehall guys are over the bridge, you know yet? Whitehall? Okay. That might well explain why the Kingsguard are off. They might have had a heads up about this. Okay, so they're going to Whitehall next. I wonder if that includes horseguards. Maybe it's just like a bit of a kind of a mass group happy walk. To be honest, there is no way I'm following them all the way along Whitehall, because it will take me completely opposite direction to where I need to be to actually go home. So let's see if we can capture everybody going around if they decide not to have a mass sit down and block the traffic. How on earth I haven't been knocked down by a bike, scooter, motorbike, taxi, bus, any flipping thing? Filming this is a miracle, guys. I'm not exaggerating. It's almost like I've got an invisibility cloak. I'm able to sort of, run around in the middle so far without issue. There are no high points, regrettably. Elevated platforms here that I'd risk getting to film this, unlike the farmers' protest. So I think our closing shots in all likelihood are going to be here before they attempt to turn themselves onto Whitehall. The other thing that's interesting is that they're not actually causing any disruption, because the traffic this way was already blocked. So for the moment, I think it's all about visibility. To be honest, they've certainly achieved that, haven't they, today? And good numbers, very good, solid numbers. I would never have guessed this many would turn out for what is fundamentally a peaceful walk, with elements of disruption. How on earth some of the police have got a high-vis helmet, multiple layers on in this warm weather, I would never understand. I'm literally like a sticky bar of soap, folks. It's very humid today. Yeah, the police are not looking terribly impressed, are they, by all this, I must say. Oh, wait, they're all being sort of ordered to get up toward the front. Very chill, though, on the whole, I would say. Very chill. We're going to be super interested to watch the content that some of the comedy channels have gotten today. Trying not to hit anyone with the camera. Okay, so they've still got this bit blocked. And now Whitehall's blocked. So to be honest, guys, even if the horses were brought out at some point, they 100% would have been taken off again the second that they were made aware of this lot coming along. All of these placards, banners, PA systems, high-vis would have been horsey meltdown central. Oh, goodness me. The other thing is we didn't see any police horses kitted up or otherwise, and that's one good indicator of whether they're expecting any problems. It's curious, you know, the more that I'm out and film these protests and get to see what's happening and see a lot of law enforcement, the more I'm surprised. It might be me, you know, everyone I guess as they get a bit older tends to think of people seemingly looking a lot younger, but some of the officers, they look incredibly young. I mean, I guess it's good in the sense that, you know, recruitment is clearly working, but I wonder what happened to most of the more experienced officers, late 30s, 40s, even going to their 50s. There seem to be so few about these days. What do we think, people? I did read on a police forum actually that a hell of a lot of police apparently quit the Met to go and work in Australia and Canada. Don't know if it's true, but they managed to get the road back open again, which I guess is an achievement in itself. So not the disruption we were kind of anticipating, but an enjoyable event to cover nonetheless, actually. I kind of enjoyed filming this one. I think you can kind of tell from my voice whether or not I'm thinking this is fun or otherwise. Very hard to guess at the numbers overall. I'm thinking 2,000 tops, in all honesty. If this is all of it, yeah, probably 2,000-ish. Not bad turnout for a Saturday in the sunshine, I guess. Interesting enough that there's Saudi guy over there filming it. I wonder what he's making of this. Just the oil, he's probably like, no, my country needs the oil money. That's probably what he's thinking at this point. Okay, so they've been successful, and as if that were not interesting enough, we've then got, at the same time, look, wait, I can't quite squeeze it in there, look, tourists carrying on as usual, as though nothing's happening, look, hair, everything ready. Typical. Got to get the right Instagram reel there, folks, am I right? Otherwise, why bother coming out and getting all dressed up? Sam Griffiths, I guess he's one of the imprisoned minority. What the gent, I'm not sure if that was picked up, guys, what the gent was trying to articulate is that there are still, I don't know the numbers, but there are still a good fair few very high profile Just Stop Oil members that were sent to prison for their activities, and as we've got a massive backlog in terms of court processing, lack of barristers, etc, 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 the CPS are taking an awful long time to prosecute certain cases, hence potentially ending up sitting in prison on remand, in other words awaiting sentencing, for anywhere between 6 months and 2 years. As he mentioned, someone has been waiting for 2 years for their case to come to court, and regardless of your political beliefs, that's a little bit too much. These girls in the tuk-tuk are probably delighted that they're not actually going onto Whitehall, to be quite honest. Oh wait, what's this? Hold on. Oh. One second. Lubby. Which regiment, boss? Wait, who did he fight with? Which regiment? Oh, he's gone a bit quiet now. Wait, a dead soldier, but he didn't tell me the regiment. Let's not jump to conclusions. No idea who Lubby is anyway. Arsenal supporter, I guess. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Completely the video I was hoping to make for all of you today, but I think we can agree, a fun one nonetheless. And a big thanks to all of the Just Stop Oil protesters that were kind enough to speak to me. It doesn't matter about whether we approve or disapprove, and you all know my take on this because I've expressed it many times. Still, thank you to them for their time and generosity in speaking to me. Guys, tomorrow is a London Marathon. Everything, including horse guards, will be closed. Yes, it will. So we'll be back real soon, ladies and gents, for yet another episode of London City Talks at this rate. Anyway, folks, from myself here, yes, Mr. Mike Hunt, that's me, right under the Elizabeth Tower in Parliament Square. I'll be back soon, ladies and gents, for another episode of fun and frolics. Oh, hold on, what the flip? Look at this. Bloody hell, it's like the military. I'm not sure if that's because they've just finished or because something else is about to kick off. I did mention those other two no to two-tier justice. Oh, the bus driver's actually beeping them to get out of the road. Actually, talking about getting out of the road, I should probably do the same thing myself. Right, here we go. I'm done, guys. Out of here. Absolute madness today. Oh, yeah, I need a dark room, folks. A very cool drink and some peace and quiet. That was hectic, but it was fun. Back soon, people. Bye for now.